Ich darf euch dann noch einmal sehr, sehr herzlich begrüßen. Hier im Allianz Stadion nach dem erfreulichen Nachmittag für uns heute und dann das Wort gleich dem Trainer geben. Coach, big congratulations. Third time in about 6 weeks, 1-0 against Salzburg. Could you give us your short analysis about this game?
First of all, full praise to the players because it's not been an easy week this for us. Like I said a couple of times, it took probably one day a little bit more to get that Wednesday evening out of the system, and it takes a lot of character and a great mindset to just focus on the next task, and also knowing that it's never easy when you play against Salzburg. You have to do a lot of hard work in and out of possession, but I'm really full of praise for them because they stuck to the game plan, and I think most of the stuff that we do, especially in the second half, is really on a good level. So fortunately a better Sunday than Wednesday.
That's it. Bitte gerne gleich direkt zu euren Fragen. Und Johannes Bauer in der ersten Reihe beginnt für Lola. First row, first question.
A few words to match-winner Erci. He seemed very pleased with his goal, very, very enthusiastic, very emotional.
Yeah, and he is, because he cares a lot for the club and for the team and wants the best for all of us. He was disappointed yesterday when I told him that he should not start the game. So him and we had a talk after the training session, and I tried to convince him to see it from the positive side, that instead of being disappointed, then look at what you can actually affect when you come on from the bench, because we made a clear plan that he will come on after 60, 70 minutes. And then if you only focus on what you can actually do and change the game, that's so much better than disappointment. And he ended the conversation yesterday by saying, yeah, coach, I will come on and score the final goal.
So that's 3 wins against Salzburg now, but not only those matches, but also the win against Lask. There seems to be a tendency that your game plan is more suited for the stronger opponents, so to say.
Would you have said the same if we have been 2-0 up after 25 minutes Wednesday?
Well, the game plan on Wednesday, it seemed to develop good, but then there was a catch at some point.
Yeah, because all these games are tight, and we also have to have respect for Hartberg, because we are not the only team they have caused problems for in this season. I looked at before we met them the Sturm game that they played away, so they can do that to every team in the top 6. So there's no, like I said many times, there's no easy games. We have to make the best possible game plan and execute it the best possible way, and also using the squad as good as possible. But like I said, it was not easy, and I don't know if we have any favorite teams to play. I think all these games are so tight.
Short week behind you, a long week in front of you.
Yeah.
Then probably the most difficult game at the moment away at Lask, even though they have the cup final in between. What are your plans for the upcoming days?
To be absolutely fair, I've not really looked at Lask recently, so we start preparing that from tomorrow. Players have a day off tomorrow, because, like you said, it's going to be a longer week for us. So we have the trainings that we need to prepare for that game. I think, of course, this win today gave us a lot of positivity and a great boost for the final part of the season. It will be a difficult one away against Lask, but we have to find the balance about taking all the good defensive stuff from the game today. That will be important also against Lask, and then find the good stuff on the ball and take some of these moments where we hurt them last time. So find that good combination.
Danke, Johannes. Bauer. Bitte in die andere Seite des Raums zum Kollegen Moritz Edlinger vom Standard.
Hi, Coach. Just a quick question. Why was the second half so much better than the first, especially offensively?
Good question. We tried to use the experience from first half as good as possible in halftime, and using the moments we had in first half to really clarify where we could hurt them and where we could create chances. I think first half was very tactical. I know they probably have one chance more than us, where he didn't get the touch to that cross, but it's not really a first half with any big chances, and very tactical game. So we had to take the experience and knowledge from first half and find out how we could hurt them in second half. I think we start well. Bendy could have scored in the beginning of second half, and I also think it was us pushing the last 20 minutes in the game to see if we could score that goal. But it still takes discipline, because one situation where you switch off or not concentrated, then they run down and score on a transition. So it's constantly to keep that balance. But I think we used the halftime well, and also the players were really good at executing what we discussed.
And one question about Yusuf Demir. He came on, made a really good game, I think. How do you see his performance today, and especially his progress over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I've said sometimes that we struggle a little bit by putting the runs into him that he needs, because he's still not where he wants to be and where we want him to be physically. So he cannot play 90 minutes for us, but it's difficult when you play 3 games a week and we need to have him fresh for the minutes, so we cannot really push him in between the games. So this week will be an important one for him and for us, because with his qualities, and we saw that immediately when he came on that right side, what he can do with the ball and how many good situations that come from him. And especially his left foot. So it is a player where hopefully we can use him more and more and more the rest of the season.
Danke. Bitte, Alex Uhr für den Kurier.
Coach, I know that you do a lot of studies and a lot of ideas for the substitutes and about the last 11 for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
How do you describe the big difference on the subs between Wednesday and today? Because today it ran nearly perfect, and on Wednesday it looked the team become even better than before.
Because I'm a human being. That's the best answer I can give you. So I make mistakes sometimes, and it's not always that the plans we make before the game or the plans that we make in the game are the right ones. Wednesday was difficult because we had to chase, and we actually, I think, got a little bit too, how do you say that, a little bit too direct, and we chased probably a little bit too much early on in second half last time, where you need to still keep the discipline and keep the ball as much as possible and moving quick from side to side to open the spaces, which I think we did today. We kept the discipline, we were not opening up too much, and still pushing with the energy that we had at the end. So yeah, today the plans were obviously a little bit better.
And what is the problem with Nenad Cvetkovic?
He felt a little bit in his calf already at the end of first half. We tried to treat him in halftime, but he couldn't really get it started again in second half. But the way they've looked at him right now seems that it's not a big one. It's okay, and it's good we did the substitution early with him. Obviously he cannot play no matter what the next game because of yellow cards. So we just have to make sure that we have him available for the Derby Austria game.
Thank you. Bitte, gibt es noch Fragen eurerseits? Bitte, Thomas Muck.
Coach, congrats on the W. When I looked at from the tactical point of view, I had the feeling that you wasn't one bit surprised. Salzburg came exactly the way like you expected them. Is that too harsh of a statement, or would you agree on it that they didn't surprise you at all?
No, I think they try to do a lot. Recently they've been more on a 4-4-2 and pressing, but they can also do a 4-2-3-1 and more like a diamond shape also in midfield. And I think also they changed it in the game. We tried the last couple of days to give solutions to the players in all the different pressing formations they could have. So we constantly also could adjust a little bit and change a little bit to that. And I think that's, to be absolutely honest, I think that's my task as a coach to find out where we can hurt them the most and give the players the best solution. So like I said when I started, I think it's full praise to the players, because I can have a lot of ideas, but if it's too difficult for them to do it, then it doesn't make any sense. But I think they did a lot to really do their best in the different things that we tried to do today.
Compared to the last game, today it was not the best start into the game.
No.
But your team worked into the game, even when you had setbacks, even when there were disappointments, even when there were unforced errors. That was, from my point of view, the biggest turning point to Wednesday. So my question is, what did you change from the mental point of view, the mental approach to the game, or was it just a dynamic that happened on the pitch?
Positivity, and I said to the players when we met first time after the Hartberg game, there's two things or two ways to go when you don't get the results that you want. It is that you can try to change a lot of things because you're looking for answers or solutions, or it is to be just even better of what we constantly train. And fortunately for me and for all of us, the players, they had the same opinion to it. They were very, very clear that we just have to continue with what we're doing at the moment, and there will be mistakes. There will be games in the future where we're also not at our best, but we have showed each other, we have showed all watching and following our pit that we can really put some good performances together when everything gets right. So we decided to do a lot of the good things that we have done so far this season, and of course with some different solutions to some of the things, so we could win a little bit of confidence. And I agree, I don't think we started well, but after 10 minutes that was a little bit off from us. I think we got better and better in the game, and I think especially the second half it was a really good game for us.
After 25 minutes, I don't have the feeling that you will concede a goal today. There was a lot of positive energy that don't get the ball, that there shouldn't be a ball to the goal, shouldn't get a shoot on goal. Yeah. Was it an adjustment from you that you make during the game, or was it the players, a dynamic on the pitch where you as a coach say, yeah, let's let the boys settle them?
No, we decided before that if we changed our movements up front in pressing a little bit and allowed them to have the ball some different places on the pitch, that would be okay for us. But when they got into certain areas, we had to be really, really aggressive. And I think it worked well also in first half. And generally in the whole game, I think I've just saw the stats, and I think is it right when I count 0 shots on target from them, which is a very good defensive game from us in many ways. But we have seen that before. Also, the recent goals we have conceded, they come from either some set piece situations or not too many chances in the game. So I think we are defensively solid. We just had to adjust a little bit to get back to what we've been good at in terms of that. And then we know our way into many games is to be as good as possible on the ball and to have the ball more than them, because then we know the last 20 minutes there will be space for us because most teams will be tired.
Coach, final question from my side this week is, to say it mildly, a roller coaster ride. It's a lot of ups, a lot of downs from a mental point of view. How important was this W today, and what can it mean for the rest of the season?
Yes, it's a good question. It is it is what I hate about football, that Wednesday evening I would have liked that I was coaching a different sport, and today I really love to be coaching football. But the feelings and emotions you train yourself to get rid of as quick as possible. Also for players, we cannot stay in it for too long. We have to focus on the next task, and obviously this is a big one for us. It creates a lot of positivity, it creates a lot of momentum stepping into the 3 final games, which is, of course, they're going to be difficult in different ways, all of them. But the boost from tonight give us the energy for the upcoming weeks, and still with the mindset to attack everything in front of us and try to stay as positive and calm as we can.
The very last question.
One more, because you said final games. In my sport, like ice hockey, you say this is a final game, this is a game 7, a decisive game.
Yeah.
But as a coach, you approach games like from one game to the next, and then like this final game character, does that change your approach to it? Does it change maybe risk that you take in game when you know you have to win it?
Yeah, but where it can change is actually the risk regarding some players. So if we know that one player can only play 60 minutes and we can see we need him in the game, we will probably take a little bit more risk now when you're getting closer to the end of the season. It doesn't change the approach in how we work, because I think you can easily sit down and say, okay, we have 3 games, we should have so many points, but end of the day you cannot plan that. So the only thing you can do is to focus on the next team and then see where you are after that, and focus on still developing the team and being as good as you possibly can. That's the only approach I know. But with the players and their load, you can probably push a little bit more here towards the end, because there's a break after.
Danke, Thomas. Any further questions? If not, congrats once more. Have a nice evening. I'm sure today it's a nice evening, und euch allen natürlich auch angenehmen Restsonntag. Danke.
Thank you.